You guys are having a great day so far. Thought I would jump on and talk. A lot of people are very afraid about what's happening right now. And I just thought I would come on and just calm some people down, talk about some things that's happening. Just jump on. So like I said, is that Bitcoin's down a significant amount. Right now as we talk, we're down to about, I believe we're down pretty, 28,000, 29,000. I think that, a lot of people are scared, and it's understandable to be afraid, right? But for those of you who have been following me, for those of you who have been watching and growing with me over the last 2 years, you know that this was predicted. We've been talking about constantly over and over again about the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin. And right now, it's just happening right in front of us. Now, if we go back 2 years, 2020, we were able to make a lot of money by predicting where Bitcoin was going. We were able to make a lot of money by predicting where, what the price of Bitcoin was going to be by the end of the year because of the halving. And we're also able to make those side bets basically on Mara and Riot. Those stock purchases we bought made, a lot of people 6 figures by understanding that. But remember, it goes both ways, right? Things go up, things come down. It's a 4-year cycle with Bitcoin. This is the way we've made so much money over the last few years, over the last 8 years. Me personally and people that have followed me is because we understand that 4-year cycle. And that's all that's happening right now. That's it. That's the basis of it all, is that we're in a 4-year cycle. We're in a bear market into 2024. Now we're going to see ups and downs. Until then, you can make some short-term gains. I think Bitcoin will drop down to 28 and probably go down to 40 and probably stay at 40 into 2024. And the next halving comes in March of 2024. And I strongly believe that that's going to be when we're going to push those Bitcoin prices to 150, 200,000, 300,000, maybe even further. But that's where we're going, right? But you have to understand and be calm, be patient, and understand that 4-year cycle. And what we're going to do over the next hour is we're going to bring up some charts. We're going to bring up some other stuff. I'm going to try to answer some questions that you guys have. And we're just going to have a, all around session just to calm some of those nerves out there, and also learn a little bit, grow a little bit, and make sure we understand what's happening, right? Because people are very, very afraid. Now, I need you guys to do something for me. We don't have a lot of likes here. There's not a lot of likes. I'm looking at it right now. I need you guys to like this content. I need you guys to share this content. I need you guys to get this information out to as many people as possible. Because right now I got 12 likes. Got 142 people in here. That doesn't even make sense. Y'all not showing me any love. I'm putting all this work effort and this research to get you guys the right information. And I can't even get a like. Not even a like. We got 50 now. See, that's good. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you're not liked it, like it. I'd appreciate it if you like the content, right? So what we're going to do, and now we do have the monetized chat. So if you guys want to ask questions, if you you send some money, social support for me and what I do, I'll make sure I answer those questions first. Need you guys to share it, right? So let's take a look at some Bitcoin charts. And first thing I want to do is I want to go over the path of Bitcoin over the last few years. And then first let's go over the halving chart, because I want to go over that. So we're going to bring this up on the screen. Now, first, this is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to break this down. This is kind of like an impromptu live, so we can almost do whatever we want. First 20 minutes, I'm going to answer any questions you guys have. The second 20 minutes, I'm going to go over some charts, show you guys the historical path of Bitcoin, what's happening on the previous halvings. Then at the end, we're just going to end up with some more, some other type of information, blockchain information and stuff like that. So the first 20 minutes, I'm going to give you guys to 9:15, 9:20. 9:20 to ask whatever you want. And I'm going to, and I'll answer any questions I see. So if I see some questions over there, like I said, the questions that you guys, when you show your support, you do a monetized question or you do a super chat, I will answer those questions first. And then let's see, and we'll just go from there. So somebody said, ask me a question. So here's a good one. XRP lawsuit deadline. What's going to happen, right? So for the last thing I've heard about that is that they've extended the lawsuit into next year, May of 2023. We're in 22, 23. So once that happens, I still believe XRP is going to recover. It doesn't matter if we're in a bear, bull market, whatever. As soon as that happens, I strongly believe the XRP, we still going to go up 8 times, 7, 8 times from where we are today. And I mean, let's say an XRP is one of those, one of those cryptos out there that's actually artificially undervalued because of what's happening, right? So as soon as this is over, this is actually a great opportunity for people to get into it that understand what they're looking at, understand the dynamics behind, understand what's happening under the surface. It's a great opportunity. And I've been saying that for months now. And I know the lawsuit was supposed to be resolved. This lawsuit doesn't even make sense. And once it's over, it's going to be make a lot of people a lot of money. So a lot of people ask me questions about Luna, right? So Luna, so first I want to understand, we're going to talk about the history of stable coins because in order to understand what happened with Luna, we can understand what happened in the history of stable coins. So I need you guys to hit that like button. If you are not already subscribed, I need you to subscribe to the chat or subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Like I said, if you guys want to, I don't see any super chats here, but guys want to do some super chats or, do some monetized support, I'd appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit about Luna and what happened, because a lot of people don't really understand what happened. Right now, Luna, let's take a look at the screen, right? I want to bring this up. Let's see, where's Luna? So we can take a look at it. Terra, dang, it's at 93%. The coin that it goes to, give me a second. God dang, that may be so there's people out there that saying it could be a buying opportunity, but I don't know, man. It's pretty low. It's down 93.2%. It probably will be a bounce back. I'll tell you that right now. If somebody wants to take a big risk, like it's a risk reward play, now I'm not going to do it, but I'll share it with you guys. So what I would do, if I had to, if I was willing to take a little bit more risk, right? I don't think I'll do it, but let's just go over a play here that could be for some people. It's not for me. But I'm going to just tell you what some people are talking about, right? So there's people out there that are pretty big influential people in the world of crypto. It's saying that Terra is actually oversold and there's going to be a bounce back, right? Or a dead cat bounce or recovery. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but right now it's down 93% in the last, 10, 15 days. 93% it was at, you go back to yesterday, the day before yesterday, it was at $15. Now it's at $1. So to be honest, if you just think historically, it probably is oversold, right? So that means anytime there's something like this happens, if you go back historically to the stock market, and you remember Hertz, when Hertz went bankrupt, Hertz was bankrupt, it was over. Hertz dropped 93% and recovered. It fell down to $1, recovered back to $7, and it continued to drop down. Terra will probably do that, right? It probably will do some kind of weird recovery, and it will bounce up, what they call a dead cat bounce. It means if you have a dead cat and you throw it, it will bounce. And people say, oh, okay, it's alive. No, it's not alive. It's still dead, but it will bounce just because it's bouncy. So it may happen with this crypto here. And it's probably a 50-50 shot it'll happen. But like I said, I don't trust it enough, but there are people out there pushing this play. Right, is maybe, it's down 93%. The odds are it's going to do a little dead cat bounce and you make some money, get out as soon as the bounce happens back, make 200-300% and get out. There may be a risk, right? It's a risk versus reward play. Some people are talking about doing it. I'll tell you right now, I'm not doing it because I really don't want to sit and watch it and all this stuff. I'm into some, bigger plays now. But I'm saying if it may be a good play for somebody who has some money. They don't, they just want to risk it to see what happens. And it's like a 50-50, maybe even a 60-40 shot that's just going to be a slight recovery there. And you may be able to make some money. Man, none of y'all getting that. So let's go back. XRP update is a good idea to buy the dip. Let me see, where's XRP at right now? XRP's at 42 cents. I mean, that's pretty much to be expected. I mean, the whole market's down that much. So it's just XRP is basically just tracking the market. So I wouldn't really I wouldn't really be concerned about that. What we should be concerned about really is the price of Bitcoin. But this is what's happening with Bitcoin, right? Is that we're in an overall crash in the stock market, and most, a lot of markets are down, including gold. So when this happens, Bitcoin is going to take a dive, right? Also with everything else, but I think within 2 to 4 weeks, it'll go right back to around 40,000 in the stay there. It'd be the average price would be 40,000. I think into the next halving, which is right now it's in March of 2024, right? So let's go back to talk about what happened with Luna, right? So Luna has two parts. They have this, which is the stable coin. They also have another coin. So they were considered a stable coin, which I never understood this, but they were considered a stable coin. What a stable coin is that a coin, like if we go back to all the cryptocurrencies, we take a look at some like USD coin as a stable coin. That means the price is supposed to always stay at $1. And there's another one, Binance USD, it's always $1, right? There's a bunch of stable coins out there. DAI is always $1. So there's a lot of stable coins out there that are always supposed to be $1, right? Because they're never supposed to move. So this what happened is that in the history of cryptocurrency around 2015, 16, cryptocurrency was so volatile that people couldn't really make real transactions in it. So they needed something out there that was more stable, that didn't change price so much, so you could do more complex transactions. So that a lot of these companies came in, filled the gap to be able to make to be able to fill the gap in the market, right, of a coin that didn't change price much. But there's always been a lot of worry in the market that a lot of these stable coins don't have because stable coins are supposed to be backed by something, right? Some are backed by gold, some are backed by US dollars. So for every dollar they produce, every cryptocurrency unit they produce, they're supposed to have $1 in the bank. This is why it stays stable, because people understand that if I buy this crypto, it represents $1 in the bank. So this is the reason why it's stable. So if they find out that those dollars are not in the bank, then all of a sudden the crypto crashes because it's not backed by nothing. So one thing Luna did is said, hey, we're not going to put dollars in the bank, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a complex algorithm that links our coin to this stable coin, and all this stuff's supposed to happen. And that's supposed to make sure that the coin stays stable, right? And that's what they did, but it didn't work out. And now they found out that some stuff didn't work or whatever. So now everybody's panicking and selling the coin. Let's see, we got any more questions? I didn't hear about Coinbase filing bankruptcy. Let me see. Maybe I missed it. No, Coinbase is not declaring bankruptcy. There's a risk that they could go bankrupt. They haven't declared bankruptcy yet. So I don't think they're close to. I mean, they're doing bad, but they're at no risk for bankruptcy right now. I don't think that that's a risk right now. But I mean, it's a risk on the horizon, but it's not really a close risk. That's what I should say. It could happen, but it's not going to happen. Anytime soon. I don't believe so. But yeah, if they go bankrupt, I mean, I don't know what happened in that situation. I mean, you have to talk to a bankruptcy lawyer on that one, because I really don't know. That's why I'm a big proponent of keeping your coins on wallets that you own. That's why, Arculus is a wallet that sponsors me, and Arculus is a great device to store your crypto on, because if you don't store your crypto on a device that you own, you really don't own the crypto. Coinbase owns the crypto. If Coinbase goes bankrupt, God knows what's going to happen with your cryptocurrency. That's why I always believe in always having access to your own coins. Use a hard storage device, a hardware device, use a cold storage device. Always have access to your coins. That's not on an exchange, not on Coinbase, not on anything like that. You don't want your coins on a place like that, because there's a saying in crypto: if you don't have the keys, you don't have the coins. And what the keys they mean is a private key, which gives you access to your coins, which Coinbase keeps for you. right? So you don't know. Coinbase owns your private key. You don't own it. So if you don't have your keys, you don't have the coins. So I'm telling you, in a time like this, when some companies could go bankrupt, some companies could do weird stuff with your coins. Some people could do rug pulls. You don't know what could happen. You have to make sure that you protect against risk, and protect your coins with your own devices, your own under your own security, right? That's how you protect yourself against stuff like this. So I need you guys to do something for me, right? If you haven't already, I don't have enough likes. So if you're just joining, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel right now. I got 136 likes, but yet like 400 people passed through this live, which I don't understand. So I need you guys to like the content. I need you guys to share the content on your social media platforms. I need you guys to subscribe. The Arculus, you can get Arculus on Amazon, or you can get it from Arculus website itself. Thank you for liking and sharing, Jamaica. I appreciate that. And so any questions, I give you guys, you got 5 more minutes to ask any questions you want. Then we're going to go into, what's up, Poppy here, Chito? How's it going? Now I'm going to give you guys, we're going to go into some, the 4-year crypto cycles. And then we're going to move on. I'm not selling any Bitcoins. No, I actually bought 3 more earlier today. But the thing about crypto is that it's still a new market. The thing about it is that I saw a post that came on this morning, and it said that the refrigerators took 50 years for mass adoption. Crypto's only been out 10 years. There's a statistic I always tell people about, is that the first digital camera ever was created in 1975 by Kodak. Now, when do we use digital cameras in our everyday lives? Not until the early 2000s. Technology takes 20 to 30 years for it to get mass adoption. Systems are slow. People are slow. People don't like change. So for Bitcoin to reach the point that it has in the last 10 years is ridiculous. Really, in the last 5 years, when the average person even knew it was around, the first 5 years of crypto was geek people like me, geeks and nerds into it, right? Not until 2015 is when the average person started hearing about it. Yeah, you're right about that. Arculus actually has their own store on Amazon. That's why I would say Arculus is okay to buy on Amazon. But yeah, you're right. You should be real careful about buying on Amazon unless it's from the actual manufacturer's store on Amazon. You'll be able to be very careful about that. The only reason why I said Arculus is on Amazon is because they do have their own store on Amazon. So they're safe, pretty much safe. That's what I'm saying, man. Like even with Napster started in 1998. It took 10 years for digital music to actually take over. Really a little bit longer than that. Yeah, I got a question, right? And I like to see this. So somebody says, when do you think Bitcoin will drop more, right? So let's take a look at this. Look at the Bitcoin chart over the last few years, because then we can kind of segue into how Bitcoin's going to look here in the future. Let me bring up this chart. Let me here we go. Let's do all time. We'll stretch it out. Let me see. Give me 1 second to get this chart up. All right, so here's the Bitcoin chart. We got it to max. So this is, let's get rid of these Let's clear these drawings out. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. We got it on max. We go to 2016. So if we go back to 2000, let's say we go back to 2018, we see that the peak of Bitcoin in 2018 was around $20,000, right? So that's a major support line. A major support line in Bitcoin. So I highly doubt that. How do we get rid of? I haven't used this in a while. All right, so that was a descending triangle I drew. But if we look back at Bitcoin 2018, the high was 20,000, right? So that's a major, major support line going forward. So the odds are Bitcoin will never fall below 20,000. If Bitcoin ever falls below 20,000, we're in danger territory. That's bad. It's never in history fell below the previous peak. It never has done that before. So even in 2000, you go back to 2017, the highest it ever got was around 4,000. You see, it never falls below the previous peak, the highest peak in the previous cycle. So if Bitcoin falls below this 20,000 mark, we're in serious, serious trouble. And like we're at 29 now. So I was strong. We've been to 29 before though. If you go back, we're better. We're below the last two resistance points, but it's still like a local resistance. So long as we don't go below 20, we're pretty much okay as long as we don't fall below 20,000. If we fall below 20,000, we're in a bad position. So let's take a look at this super chat. What are your thoughts on CRO potential? What's CRO? What do you mean by CRO? Chronos. Yeah, I remember Chronos. It got rebanded, Chronos, last year. That's why. Okay, so Chronos, previously it was a smart contract token. I remember a little bit about it. I haven't really heard much about it in the last year or so. So I really don't. I would say that it has okay potential, but I wouldn't invest in it because, like I said, I think there's other coins out there that have a better potential than Chronos. But I think it could possibly be a good one. But like I said, I just think there's other coins with less risk and more potential. Somebody says 14K Bitcoin coming. I don't believe that. I strongly, strongly, strongly believe we will never fall below 20,000. I think if we fall below 20, it's bad. It's bad. Because if you look here on the chart, we had a resistance point here, and then we finally passed it in 2020. So it's a strong resistance point or support line here. So if we fall below that again, that's real bad. That's extremely bad. It'll be a free fall. If we fall below 20, it'll be a free fall down to 12, 13,000. I agree with you there, but I don't believe it's going to fall below 20,000. Or what is it? It's around, I think it's like 19.5 actually, 19.1. That's a good point. Too many corporations involved. I believe that also. It's a lot of corporations. It's not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be at all. But let's get back. Let's talk about this 4-year cycle in Bitcoin. And I just want to make sure people understand that this is completely natural. This has happened before. It's nothing. It's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen all into Bitcoin's history. Let me give me a second. All right, so let's bring this up if I can get it up. All right, so let's take a look at this. I don't think it's completely up to date, but it's close enough. All right, so this is the Bitcoin halving chart, right? Since Bitcoin's inception, for those of you who don't know, every 4 years, the supply of Bitcoin gets cut in half. So every 10 minutes, right now, 6.25 Bitcoin get generated through the mining process. And because of that, that means that's the supply or the supply flow of Bitcoin coming into the market. So that affects the price, that affects the supply, that affects the the demand against that supply, right? So 2020, in May of 2020, I predicted the Bitcoin price down to the month, and people were always confused and didn't understand how I was able to do that. Is he psychic? Whatever knows, because I understood the impact that the halving has on the market, right? And it's almost like in stocks, in real estate, and other markets, there's always fuzzy data. Like something has to trigger a market cycle, maybe like the Fed cutting the rate, or maybe like the population increases in the real estate. It has to be something that triggers it, and it's not consistent, right? It could be 3 years and 2 years later, and 8 years later. It's not consistent. In Bitcoin, it's a consistent 4-year pattern. It happens every 4 years. We've been talking about this consistently and constantly on my channels, on my Instagram, on my Twitter, everywhere I talk. I always bring this up because it's very important for people to understand this 4-year pattern in Bitcoin, right? And if you understand it, all of that confusion, all of that emotion, the fear and the greed goes away, because all you're doing is witnessing another cycle. Take a look at this halving chart. 2020, we see what happens. These black lines here are the halvings. That's when the supply of Bitcoin gets cut in half, right? Supply of Bitcoin gets cut in half. There's normally a lull period right after. Then we see a parabolic uptrend. Market drawdown, the bottom happens. Then we see an equaling out, of equilibrium, and then the next halving comes again. So we're right here in the pattern, right? But it's on the next side. This is the previous pattern. Every pattern is the exact same. And we're going to be in the third time right now. This is going to be the third time it happened. So Bitcoin, like I said, will probably recover to 40,000. It will stay around 40,000 for the next 18 months until the next halving in March of 2024. And we're going to have another parabolic uptrend in 2024. Everybody's going to be shocked, didn't know it was coming back. I didn't know what was happening when it was laid out right in front of you. It's one of the biggest opportunities in your lifetime. To understand this simple pattern can change your life in so many ways. And most people, and the average person that talks about crypto, don't even understand this simple pattern. It's a simple 4-year pattern that happens over and over. One day it'll go away. This could be the last time, and next time could be the last time. We don't know. But just the understanding of this pattern is a tool to set you up for generational wealth for the rest of your life. And it takes 5 to 10 minutes to learn and apply. That's it. That's all it is. And 95% of people don't even understand it. 95% of the influencers you follow, the people that's talking about it, have no idea what the halving is. It's such a simple base concept that if you understand it, the greed, the fear, all those emotions go away because you know what's coming. So you can buy Bitcoin, you can build it up, you can buy Ethereum, you can buy all these other coins that are directly connected to the price of Bitcoin because you understand what's coming. It's not a hard hold then. You know, in March of 2024, the supply gets cut to 3.125 and the market has to react. The thing about Bitcoin, somebody says Bitcoin will be banned by then. The thing about Bitcoin being banned, they don't talk about banning unless the price is going up. If the price is going down and we're in a bear market, the government kind of like pushes it to the side and forgets about it. So that's happened in the last 2 cycles. It's probably what's going to happen again. They won't ban it unless the price is going up because it's really nothing to ban. They hope it'll go away. So they won't, as long as the price is like equaled out or dropping, they won't ban it. They won't even talk about it anymore. And that's kind of keeps Bitcoin under the radar to continue to make get into, to increase the mass adoption. So like I said, I need you guys that are just joining this live to like the content. Let me see how many likes we got so far. Right now, we got 209 likes, so I need you guys to like the content. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Somebody says, could this be a time to flush out weaker altcoins? Yeah, this is what happened during these bear market cycles. The weaker altcoins get flushed out. So a lot of these altcoins that people thought were going to do this and that, they'll get flushed out of the market. Yeah, I appreciate it, Hex Phantom. If you're enjoying this content, send some super chats my way. Only one of you guys actually did it. It's a good point, Nick. So somebody says if you load the boat today in 2024, you'll be a multimillionaire. And that's true. I mean, right? Let's say over the next year and a half, you say, look, man, I'm going to put $100 a week into Bitcoin, right? And you're predicting that maybe 10 times your money, because you have to think like this to become wealthy, right? You got to say, look, for every 100 I save, I'm really saving 1,000. So if I spend $100 on a pair of shoes or a new shirt, I'm really spending 1,000 on this shirt. Because when Bitcoin does go up, and when my investments goes up, that's what I'm losing. You, instead of thinking of what you're spending today, think about what you're losing over the next 2-3 years. That makes your decisions easier. That makes you being able to save money a lot easier. Because now every $100 you're saving is really 1,000. So now it's a lot easier. You're like, no, I'm not going to spend this, man. Are these shoes worth $1,000? Nope. Is this shirt worth $1,000? Is that trip worth five? I may spend 1,000 on a trip. It's really $10,000. Nope, it's not worth it. Then that'll get you into the saving mode, the investing mode, and you'll start stacking your Bitcoin and your crypto up, waiting for the next halving. And that's what a lot of you guys got. Like I said, every week you save 100, it's really 1,000. Because if you said these low levels, 20,000, Bitcoin's high next cycle, maybe 200,000, that's a 10 times gain. So every $100 you save could be 1,000 in 2 years. So if you're saving 1,000 a week over the next 2 years, that's $108,000. And that's only at $100 a week. And let's say Bitcoin goes up higher. You could be a millionaire by 25, 26 by saving $100 a week. That's it. Instead of spending it going out and eating, instead of spending on those clothes, instead of spending on that, just save consistently and don't stop. Thank you for the super chat, Hex. I really appreciate that, man. Catherine, thank you for the super chat. Catherine Sneed, thank you for that. I appreciate you guys doing that for me. Like I said, if you haven't liked the content, please like it. Or if you haven't, you're not following me, please. Super chat is when you show support for this channel, and you add money with your chat to show support for the channel. Yeah, Coinbase is not really even close to bankruptcy, but it is a risk of them being bankrupt on the horizon. So you got to protect your coins. At this point, I wouldn't keep any coins on Coinbase. None. I would be very careful in keeping money on Coinbase. I'm sorry, keeping crypto on Coinbase. I'll tell you that right now. I would buy it and immediately take it off. That's me personally, right? Cold wallet is where you have to be at. Cold wallet, right? Is that, like I said, Arculus is my sponsor, so so those are the ones that I use. Dream Taylor, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Somebody said, and put it where? And that's where the cold storage devices come in. And I'll bring up one right here. Well, I may have let me see if I think I do have a code. Let me see if I can find my code. I don't know where I think I have a discount code. Let me see if I got it. I'm gonna see if I can find a link for you guys. Yeah, I don't think I have a link. They were supposed to send me one, but I don't have it. But all right. So somebody said, what would you use instead of Coinbase? Well, Coinbase is considered a cold wallet, right? I'm sorry, a hot wallet. That means that you can access your Bitcoin anywhere. You can just log into a website and get to your coins. But the problem with having your coins on a place like Coinbase is that the coins aren't really yours. They're technically Coinbase owns them and they're in the custody of them, right? And they can decide what they're going to do with it. But with the problem with that is that if something happened to Coinbase or they got hacked, they don't have any responsibility for what happened to your coins. Now, if I was able to, take my coins and move them to what's called a cold storage device, I don't have one around here, but let me see. I had to go downstairs and get one, but I got a whole bunch. They give me a whole bunch of them. But a cold storage device is a device in which is a piece of hardware in which you move your coins from the hot wallet, which is like a website where you put them on a cold storage device. Now you have physical access to your coins, and now nobody else can get them. Right now, they're not vulnerable to hackers. They're not vulnerable to the site going down. They're not vulnerable to anything because somebody has to have physical access to the device to get your coins. It's the safest way possible to hold your coins. You take that physical device, you put it in a safe or a safe deposit box in a bank, you have zero risk of losing your coins to hacking or anything like that. Zero risk, right? You just reduce the risk to a reasonable amount down to nothing. And that's the reason why we tell people, in most cases, you should keep a lot of your crypto on cold storage devices because, like the saying is, if you don't own the keys, you don't own the coins. And the keys are what's stored on that device to give you access to your coins. So, Christy, I appreciate the super chat. I mean, Kellen Macy, thank you for that. Christopher Frances, thank you for the super chat. We got a question here. Eric, what are your thoughts on QuantStamp? Can you look real good in the project? You think it could be hit $1? I remember QuantStamp. Let me look at it. QuantStamp is a Web3 security coin that's been out for a few years. I remember when it first came out. It was a lot of excitement about it when it first came out, but I haven't really watched it in the last few years. So let's take a look at it now. Because it is in the Web3 space, I think any coin that's in the Web3 space could possibly have potential to good projects. Because Web3 is going to be a big, it's going to be a trend in the next 2 years, and it's also going to be a big buzzword. And anytime there's a buzzword attached to something and people are talking about it, there's a lot of buzz about it. There's a lot of upward movement in the market on the assets that are connected to these trends. So let me take a look at QuantStamp. QSP. I remember this. It's been out since 2017. I remember when it came out. It's been dropping a lot recently. Let me see. It is down with the market. The peak was around 3 cents. I don't think it could ever get to $1. It's at 0.2 cents, 0.02 cents now. I don't think it will ever get to $1. But I think with the Web3 movement gearing up, I think it can go up like a few 100% probably. I don't think it's going to $1. That's like 50 times gain. And I don't think it will go up to $1, but I could be wrong. We got another question. How do you feel about Binance Smart Chain and DeFi platform PancakeSwap? I like PancakeSwap a lot. I don't like the name, but but I do like the platform. I think it's a decentralized exchange is all. I think all exchanges should be decentralized because we saw with the XRP website is that the government will try to restrict your trading activities, right? They can't do that on a decentralized platform because they don't have any control over it. So the reason why XRP, one of the reasons why they're in a lawsuit right now is because they're not 100% decentralized. They have corporate structure and stuff like that, so the government could easily attack them. A truly decentralized project that has no corporate structure, no leadership, nothing like that, the government can't attack them. Other outside, entities can't attack them. That's the reason why I think that PancakeSwap is a good platform. That's going to be a good platform going forward. And that's a good point. Somebody says the next 10 coins will include Web3 coins on the next bull cycle. I believe you. I think on this next bull cycle, Web3 is right because a lot of times what we do in investing in crypto stocks, whatever we try to do is we try to predict what's coming in the future. So we got an 18-month timetable for the new halving. We got a lot of buzz and excitement about Web3. Now, Hex Phantom is right. Those two things are gonna coincide. Right around March of 2024, the peak of the Web3 movement and the start of the bull run in the fourth Bitcoin cycle is going to happen at the same time. So a lot of these Web3 coins that we're looking at, that we're watching, are going to do extremely well during that bull cycle. Like a lot of metaverse coins did good. The only reason the metaverse wasn't really like timed right, it came at the end of this bull cycle. If it was been timed right perfectly at the same time, we would have saw a lot of movement in NFT coins and metaverse coins. But the metaverse movement kind of was like a little bit late in this bull cycle. But like you said, the Web3 is going to coincide almost exactly with the beginning of the next bull run. We got super sticker, pair character. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, S. William, for that super sticker. I really appreciate you guys for that, man. I'm very humble and I'm very thankful for not just the money, not just the super chats, but just for, you guys supporting me for so long, right? For these last few years. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys, right? You gave me a chance. I was a software engineer 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I had an interest in crypto, whatever, and you guys supported me and got me to the point I am today. So I really appreciate each and every one of you guys a lot. And it gave me the chance to do what I love doing most, and that's teaching. That's what I always wanted to do with my life, but be honest, teachers didn't make enough money, so I was in software engineering. But I taught at night for a while in college, a couple of colleges over the years, 3 colleges over the years. And like you said, this gives me an opportunity to do what I do most, is teach. Somebody says, "Do you only answer questions from Super Chat?" I answer all questions, but they get priority. So he says, "Super Chat, should I move my crypto off Coinbase, Matic XRP?" At this point, I would move all of my crypto off Coinbase. I would not trust them anymore. They've shown that they can't run a business. They've shown that they're massively losing a lot of money. And you don't know if they go into a bankruptcy, you don't know what can happen, and like I don't trust it. I don't trust it. And I wouldn't trust it enough to keep my crypto in there. They can claim a hack, or maybe they don't have enough money for security anymore. So whatever, the risk that you can lose your crypto is up now. It's higher because of the money problems they're going through. So I don't trust them enough to keep any large amounts of Bitcoin on their platform anymore. And so yes, I would move my crypto off of Coinbase. Somebody says, XRP, do you still think it's going to 10 to 13 after lawsuit? Yeah, I think it's going there. I still believe that it can go there. So like I said, if you guys haven't liked the content or you haven't subscribed, please do both of those right now. We got 256 likes, but we got like 204. Some of y'all not liking the content, man. I need some likes here. How low can ETH go? So let's take a look. Somebody asked a question, how low can ETH go? Right now, Ethereum is just tracking Bitcoin. There's no, other reason that Ethereum or a lot of the other Bitcoins should be down. They're just tracking the market. So I think Ethereum, like I said, over the long term, it probably will eclipse Bitcoin as the number one crypto. But for right now, we're in a bear market. I don't think a lot of things are going to happen right now. But I think in the long term, maybe in the next cycle, Ethereum will eclipse Bitcoin as the biggest market cap of in cryptocurrency. Somebody said, you think it's a good time to swing trade? I don't know about swing trading. I think it's a good time to buy and hold. Swing trading right now is you got to be able to predict the bottoms and the tops, and I don't think in this market it would be easy to do that. I just bought an Oculus key card. That's good work, man. Yeah, that's one of the best ones that I can recommend. Okay, so we got a super chat. Thanks for the $10. Julio Lopez. Should I put 5K in RP, 5K in Ethereum, or 5K in Bitcoin and hold? What are the coins you recommend? I can't recommend you do anything with your money, but if I had $15,000, that's roughly the mix that I would do. So I would probably go heavier on Ethereum if that was me. Now, I'm not telling you what to do with your own money. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't do that. But like if somebody just gave me $15,000 and said, put them in some coins, I would probably put, especially at these low amounts right now, is because Ethereum recovers harder. When Ethereum hits its lows, it always recovers higher than Bitcoin. So I think I would go heavier on Ethereum. Now, I can't tell you what the mix is, but I go heavier on Ethereum than Bitcoin. And I would probably go a little lighter on XRP also. I'd probably put more in yeah, somebody says you got my boy Flippin' NJ to invest in crypto. Yeah, I'm speaking at a conference with Flippin' and DJ Envy in New York next month, I believe. So that'd be nice if you guys are in New York. Somebody said Ethereum. Somebody says I'd go 10K in Ethereum. Let me see, 10K. Maybe a little less, but somewhere that's the right. It's the right point, though. I think. Yeah, hopefully I'll be on the Breakfast Club soon. I think I will be though in the next 2 months. I think I got an opportunity to get on there in the next 2 months. Somebody has a question about gas prices. I want to talk about the gas prices. Now, gas prices, for those you don't know, are transaction fees to send Ethereum or any Ethereum-based coin or NFT across to somebody else. But with time, the gas prices will come down as the technology improves, as the Ethereum 2.0, 3.0, and further versions of Ethereum come out. Those gas prices will come down. Right now, remember, we're very early in crypto. There's a lot of inefficiencies, a lot of things that people didn't understand, didn't know. As time goes on, those will get better. So that's the ability. I told somebody one time before is that you have to, in investing, you have to not only know what's happening right now, you got to be able to see the future. And you have to understand that technology always starts off kind of, clunky and inefficient and all this stuff, and it gets better over time. The internet itself was very inefficient at first. You had to dial numbers into the URL and you had to connect with your phone and the modems. It was hard at first, but over time it gets easier and easier and easier. Then finally it's so easy we just open our phone and connect to the internet. We don't have to connect to a modem. We don't have to do all that stuff. That's how technology works. It starts out clunky. It starts out inefficient. It starts out bad and hard to use. Only nerds and specialists can use it. Then over time, it gets easier. Cryptocurrency with the level 1, level 2, level 3, when they build all these levels, like that's how the internet started, right? The internet has levels, just like crypto does. As the different levels, and then we build levels on top of it so that it gets easier. That's what's happening with crypto right now. We're just at a low level right now, level 1. We don't have a lot of level 2 technologies, but as level 2, level 3, level 4, it'll be just as easy as opening your phone and connecting to the internet. That's how it's going to be in the future, and the ability to see that past what's happening today, because the average person can't see past what's happening right now. And that's what gives us an advantage on them investing, because we're able to see the future, envision a future and place yourself in it. Now, and place the world in it. If you can do that and see far ahead of where everybody's at today, you can make a lot of money in investing. But the people who can't see past that are the ones that are stuck in poverty or check to check for the rest of their life. Love you guys too, man. Like I said, if you haven't liked the content, I need some likes here. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe right now. And I really appreciate that. So, let me check something. I think I messed up here. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, sorry guys, I had to do something. But let's just say we're gonna keep going. I want to keep talking. Let me see. So we got another super chat here. Somebody says, "Pair." Oh, okay. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. So, like I said, is that this is rehash here, is that Bitcoin is at a dangerous place. It's not, it's at a iffy place right now, I should say. So right now we got Bitcoin. Let's go to, let's take a look here. Right now, Bitcoin's at 29. It seems to be slightly recovering. Right now it's at 29,000. I don't think it will fall much below 20,000. I'm very, very certain of that. And like I said, and the thing about this is that a lot of people, when Bitcoin's at 60, almost 70,000, a lot of people said, man, I just wish that I could get Bitcoin back when I saw it at 20. Well, here's your chance right now. It's right there in front of you. Why not do it now? Now I'm saying, if you understand how the halving works, if you understand how all of this stuff works, it's not a hard decision at all. You know, every 4 years this happens. You've sat back and watched it for at least 2 cycles. You saw what happened in 2020. You saw that the halving in May of 2020, you saw what it did to the market. You saw that it caused Bitcoin to jump up. You saw when I exactly as I predicted it, I said influencers would come out. I said, I got a chart I can show you that I posted in 2019. I told you exactly what would happen. And you notice a lot of these influenced people talk about Bitcoin, they kind of went away because they don't understand what's coming next. They hype seekers, trend chasers. That's it. Right? But if you understand the cycles behind it, you understand what's going on, it's not a hard decision at all. It's a very easy decision to know, what's coming next, right? Bitcoin drops to 28. Like in the last cycle, Bitcoin went from 20,000 down to 3,000. 3,000 was the time when people should have bought. 3,000 was when people made the most money. At the lows, when most people are afraid and scared, that's when you buy. And I'll say it before, Bitcoin is, and I've said it for years, Bitcoin is one of the most guaranteed things that I've ever seen in my life. Thank you for the Amanda Joe Robbins. I remember your name too. Thank you. It's not the first time you've sent a super sticker. I really appreciate you and thank you for that. But like I said, is that it's so easy to see that this is one of the most easiest plays I ever seen in my life. And I've been saying this for 5 years. I mean, all these people complaining about, all the rich people got control. They don't give us the money or whatever. It's right here in front of you. Now, if you don't take advantage of this, at least in some way, one day in your life, 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're going to be looking back and understand how big of an opportunity you let walk right in front of you. That's what's going to happen to a lot of people. It's right there. Like I just laid out a play, $100 a week it could possibly make you a millionaire in 5 years. You could literally save $100 a week for the next 2 years, never buy any more crypto ever again for the rest of your life, and be a millionaire in 5 to 6 years. Literally. Because of the mechanisms and the economics behind what this is. Many people only tell you buy Bitcoin because it's going up, but I teach you why it's going up, the economics behind it, the technology that causes those economics to function. And if you understand that, it's not a hard play. It's easy. Bitcoin bought me this $25,000 watch. This $1.5 million house I'm in. Now, everything I got, I can thank Bitcoin for doing it. Now, I was already making money before, but most of my wealth, most of my money came from some way, indirectly or directly from Bitcoin. And now I'm sorry. And like I said, as I lay it out for you guys too, I'll lay it out for anybody. I'll tell you exactly how it happened, what you should do, and how you can do it. It's not a hard play. People tell you how to flip houses, how to do Airbnbs, which is more difficult than I thought. I tried to do that for a while. But and right there in front of you, this Bitcoin play is probably is the best, is one of the best things you could possibly do. You don't even have to do nothing. It's passive income. And you're getting on it before a lot of people even understand it yet. If you understand the simple concept of the halving, that's it. That's all you need to know. You'll be light years ahead of the competition. Bitcoin changed my life. I live debt free. I do got some debt on the house, but I live debt free. I got my car outside. It's paid off. I got a 2022 Escalade outside. It's paid off. This watch, I don't owe no money for all this stuff. Bitcoin lets me live a debt free life. Taking out Bitcoin loans against future ads, that's debt free. I mean, it's technically debt, but it's not really debt. Like I don't owe anybody. I never had to, put a, credit check or nothing like that. It's not real debt. So somebody says, HR says Bitcoin is going to 10, 15. I don't think Bitcoin's going below 20. I'm very confident in that. It's not going below 20. If it does, we're in serious trouble, but it's not going below 20. I mean, I don't believe it's going to go much farther than this. So I think we're at the bottom right now. Do you believe Riot will continue to follow Bitcoin? I don't know about that because Riot has been having some trouble with their miners and stuff. So at this point, I wouldn't really trust it to try to track the movement of Bitcoin. And I wouldn't put loan money into Bitcoin anyway because it's too volatile. Unless you got very low interest rate. So somebody has a good question. They said, do you think Terra will recover? The thing about the Terra scare is that when people are afraid, like they are right now, it causes people to oversell, which is why I kind of believe that Terra, not the actual stablecoin, but the companion coin they have is going to recover slightly. Right now it's at like 115. It could go back up to $3. And then, I don't know what's going to happen after that. But I think that it could be a dead cat bounce that's coming with that Terra coin that they have. So we got another super coin. So it says, when will the Hive mining webinar take place? I purchased it, but it was a black screen. We're doing that again next week. I sent out an email about it, so I don't know if everybody got it. But we're going to do that one next week again. I had an emergency problem with my tooth on Monday night. Had to fly to Miami, go to my dentist, and flew back. So I was on the plane, and we had to during the class, so I couldn't do that class. But we're going to do it again next Tuesday. So I'll send out another email to make sure you guys hear about that. So like I said, for those of you who don't know, we do have the CNCs back open. The CNC is a group that we have. I'll put the link in the bio. And a lot of you guys may be interested in that. We give signals, we give free classes, we give free analysis on different stocks and cryptos. We make a lot of money in this group. Let me send it to you guys. So if you're interested in learning more about the CNC group, let me give you that link. Here's the link. I'll put it in the chat over there. And it's also in the description of the video. So back to what I was saying is that if you haven't liked the video, please like it. We got 308 likes, but yet we got almost 400 people in the room. So there's a disconnect here. So I need you guys to like the content. I need you guys to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Yeah, so somebody said they just joined the CNC the other day. Yeah, it's a great group. And like I said, we've made a lot of money. We've changed people's lives in this group. People learned about how to trade stocks and crypto. There's people that have made, tens of thousands of dollars in there. It's $39 a month. And I would almost promise you, And I don't do this much. I don't guarantee much. I guarantee you and I promise you that if you join the CNC, you do the right thing, you will get your money back easily. Easily. Maybe 3 or 4 times back. So somebody says Web3 class offered. Yeah, so eventually I am doing a big class in New York. It's going to be a deep dive into blockchain in Web3, right? Almost on the technology level though. So that's what we'll be doing. That's going to be in a couple of months. So we got another one. Super chat. What are your thoughts on XRP? Yeah, so because you paid, I'll just go ahead and say it again, even though I said it like 3 times so far. But XRP, I believe, as soon as the lawsuit has resolved itself, I think the federal government will eventually give up. They'll lose the lawsuit because they really don't have enough substance to continue. They can stretch it out. Like what they've done now is they were supposed to be over this summer. They stretched it out to next year, early next year. So now we're just in a waiting game, right? So I believe once it's resolved, XRP's true value right now should be $6, $7, right? In relation to Bitcoin, where Bitcoin price is at today or whatever, and where XRP is today. Right now it's trading at 47 cents. That's a 10, 11 times gain, right? So I think I'm I'm certain, and I got a lot of my money riding on this, is that XRP, once this lawsuit is resolved, it will quickly rise, go up to that price point of where it should be. And that's going to be, 8, 9, maybe 10 to 11 times your money. So I think that's a great risk versus reward play. And I think that, it's something that a lot of people should look at. And it's just a great opportunity. So Tito said he's signing up for the CNC tonight. That's great, man. I'm telling you, you will like it. And that's a good point too, is that this is another thing people don't understand about Bitcoin, is that the stock market, when the stock market falls, they have what's called circuit breakers. So, and I don't know the exact numbers, but if the stock market drops, like a particular one stock drops 7, 8%, did you know the government will stop trading? It's called a halt. They will stop trading until the market calms down. It could be 5, 10, 15 minutes. Then they'll resume trading. If it continues to fall, they'll stop it again. It's called a circuit breaker. They do it in the overall stock market, and they do it on individual stocks to stop panic. Now, Bitcoin doesn't have that. So Bitcoin is a true market. So once it starts falling, it falls all the way down. The government doesn't come in and stop it and halt trading to reduce the shock and the panic. So panic cascades all the way down through the market and people sell off. But that gives great opportunities because once people come to their senses, once the sell-off is over, Bitcoin sharply rises back up. It's a pattern that repeats itself over and over and over. A smart man or a smart woman could look at this and make a lot of money off of this. If they're willing to watch the charts, look for the bottoms, buy when it's low and wait till it recovers. It's a great opportunity for a lot of people. David Perez, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. If you've appreciated what we've been talking about so far, you've learned a thing or two, you just want to support the channel, I'd encourage some of you guys to drop some super chats down in the chat. I'd really appreciate that. Or some stickers. We got a good question here. The stock market, but why does Bitcoin respond the same way? Because crypto basically follows the stock market. Well, Bitcoin kind of just started following the stock market. It didn't do that before. It was actually, crypto used to be the reverse of the stock market. But since the pandemic, it's kind of been tracking the market 100%. And what's happening is because we've been in such a turbulent time over the last, a few years with the pandemic and everything, is that when everybody's panicking in all markets, they just start selling everything now. And Bitcoin gets caught up into that. So I think that's now Bitcoin has been following the stock market over the last 3 years. It didn't do that before. It was actually talks for years that if the stock market ever crashed, people would move their money from the stock market into Bitcoin. And it would cause the Bitcoin market to be in inverse correlation with the stock market. But 2020, that never happened. So and then it started being correlated to the stock market. And it started going down or going up with the market. Tito Osito, thank you for the sticker. I really appreciate that, man. Somebody says, "How low do you think we're going?" I don't think we're going much lower than where we are right now. I don't think we are. I think it's the recovery's already started. We got another one. Too many institutions have money in Bitcoin and other cryptos. That also affects the price. Crypto is now directly affected by the stock market. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of it is affected by, it is almost a direct correlation with the stock market now. Like I said, there was a time when it didn't do that, and now it does. So, it's just a different time now. It's something that, people in crypto would have never believed that it would happen like this, but it does, it is happening, right? So another question: should we be moving everything from Coinbase? I would, if I would, I don't have anything on Coinbase, but if I did, I would be moving it off of Coinbase right now. I wouldn't leave it on Coinbase because Coinbase now is very risky. You don't know what's gonna. They're not. First of all, they're not gonna tell you the truth. I don't like Coinbase, and I never liked the way that they did business. And the reason is because whenever the market went up a lot or went up down a lot, you couldn't trade on there. And I always thought that was a way that they controlled their profits, because if Bitcoin crashed, they wouldn't let you buy it. If it went up a lot, they wouldn't let you buy it. And they claimed it was because their servers were crashing. But hey, man, come on, man. These are smart engineers. They know how to, create servers with load balancing so that wouldn't happen. So they did it on purpose. So it's kind of almost a way to they wouldn't lose money on the extreme volatility of crypto. So somebody says, how do we take it out without losing your money? That's where a cold storage device like Arculus comes in. Cold storage device is when, or Trezors or any other one, that's when it's a device, hardware wallet or whatever. Um, Give me a second. I'm going to go get mine. I want to show it to you guys because give me a second. Give me 30 seconds. I want to put this up there. So, hey guys, so here's a Arculus hardware wallet. I'll open it right in front of you a little. Comes like this, right? So we open it up, and this card is what keeps your crypto secure. So you pair it with an app on your phone, and then you're able to transfer your crypto into this device, and it keeps your crypto secure. And now instead of it being on Coinbase, it's now on your device, right? That's what a cold storage device is. And that's how you secure your crypto and make sure it's not, in a bad person's hands, like maybe Coinbase goes under or something. And there's a saying in crypto, it's called, if they're not your keys, they're not your coins. Yeah, this one right here is like $99. I give some away at my events sometimes. So it says there's still price action if it's on an Arculus. Yeah, that's still I mean, the value is the value. If you got a Bitcoin in your Arculus or a Bitcoin in your Coinbase, it don't matter. The price is the price. Like I said, if you haven't liked the content or subscribed to this channel, please do so right now. Like Hex Phantom says, I'll repeat, not your keys, not your crypto. He's 100% right. As a question, thanks again for the super chat, Tito. Not sure if you answered this question already, but besides Coinbase, what other exchange would you recommend? I like Gemini. I would say Coinbase, Gemini. Robinhood is for some people, but like I said, you can't really take it off of Robinhood. That's just for people that's like slightly dabbling in it, I would say. But Gemini and Coinbase, I would say, are the biggest ones that I would trust. All right, guys, getting a little tired. So, like I said, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of the night or whatever remains of the night.